So let's start our discussion on
Okay, sir.
kinesics, which is a very important ingredient of presentation skill. And as you know that presentation is a very important art, crucial art. It is required to be a good speaker, to be effective speaker, and to reach your audience effectively. Human beings instinctively want to be comprehensible to to their fellows or to their neighbors or to the people who listen to them, and to be comprehensible or to be effective speaker to your listeners is very important. Otherwise, the message that you want to convey to your audience may fail. Now, presentation skill is constituted by different ingredients. For example, you are speaking. So verbal expression or verbal delivery is an ingredient of your presentation. Or suppose you are writing. You are writing on the screen and trying to draw the attention of your audience to the screen. That is also another means of presenting yourself.
Yeah, sir, want to ask a question. When sometimes when we present something, need to write some word in board, but here are any rules or have need to maintain any sir, how to write in the word in board?
Yes, of course. So suppose you are speaking and sometimes you are using some words which may be new to your audience or which may be inscrutable to your audience, that is incomprehensible to your audience. So that very word or that very term and terminology, you must write on the board if you have the arrangement. This is number one. Number two, while you are writing the word, you must not be segregated from your audience. Just you have to stand at a certain side of the board on which you are writing. You must not stand in the middle of the board, okay, whiteboard or blackboard. Just at one side, at left side maybe, you have to stand and write with your right hand. Most probably you write with your right hand.
Yes,
So you may stand at the left side of the board. That is, if you stand face to face with the board, blackboard or whiteboard, then on your left side, you may stand and write the word. Your body must not cover up or must not hide the word that you write on the board. The word that you are writing or the term and terminology which you are writing on the board must be visible to your audience all the time. You must not hide or you must not curtain the word that you are writing on the board with your body. Okay, just stand at a certain side of your whiteboard or blackboard and then write it. And the word that you are writing must be 100% visible to your audience. Number one. Number two, while you are writing, you may pronounce the word. You will pronounce the word that you are writing. Then your audience will know the word at first. They will also know the sound. They will also know the art of pronunciation. That is how to pronounce the word. Suppose you are writing a French word, restaurant. In English, we write restaurant. But in French language, the pronunciation is restaurant. So while you are writing restaurant in spelling on the board, you must pronounce it as restaurant so that your audience may know this sound. Suppose you are writing a word A-L-B-E-R-T, Albert. I may write it for your sake. You may just find it on the screen. Suppose you are writing Albert. Okay. And suppose this very word you have borrowed from French language. In French language, the sound of this word is Albert, not Albert. Albert Camus, not Albert Camus. Okay? This is not Albert Camus in French language. Albert Camus is a very famous writer of French language. So while you are writing this name on the board, first of all, this word should be visible to everybody of your audience, number one. You must not hide the word with your body. You must not stand in the middle of your whiteboard or blackboard. Just stand at a certain side and then write. And while you are writing, your writing must be visible to everybody of your audience. And then while you are writing, you have to pronounce it loudly and clearly. Suppose I am writing A-L-B-E-R-T C-A-M-U-S. So I will pronounce it as Albert Camus. So why do I pronounce it Albert, not Albert? Because this name is not from English language. This name is from French language. And my audience may not be acquainted with the original sound of this word or of this name. So it's my duty as a presenter to communicate with them with the exact sound of this name so that they can know the exact sound of this name. So I have to pronounce it while I am writing it on the board. And then third, that is last of all, this is the last point. Last of all, you have to ask your audience or some of your audience to pronounce it. And you will give detailed ideas about this very term, this very name, this very person. Okay, Albert Camus. Who is Albert Camus? What is his contribution to academia or to literature? Or how do you know him? And why should your audience know him? Just explain. You must not write anything irrelevant on the board. This is number one. Number two, your handwriting should be clear because we know that handwriting shows the personality. Remember, whether you believe it or not, it's true. Handwriting shows your personality. If your handwriting is hazy, if your handwriting is indistinct, that is not clear, then your audience will think or will perceive that you do not have clear conception of the term that you are writing on the board. So handwriting shows your personality. Handwriting also indicates whether your conception is clear or not. So write clearly. And you have to give sufficient information about the term that you are writing to your audience. Okay, so these are the things that you must follow while you are presenting yourself, and you are during presentation you are writing something on the board. Anyway, I think you have got the answer to your question, Mr. Saiful Islam.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now come to kinesics or kinesis. What is kinesis? Kinesis is a very prominent term in the field of presentation. In short, I can define kinesis as body language. So what is kinesis? If I simplify the term, or if I simplify the definition of kinesis, then I will say that kinesis is body language. Your body itself is a language. Remember, your body speaks many things about you. Your face speaks many things about you. Your eyes speak many things about you. Your posture and gesture, your movement. Suppose while you are presenting in front of audience, you are walking this way and that way, forward and backward, left and right. So you are moving. You are using your hands to clarify or simplify what you are presenting. And you are making eye contact with your audience. You are also putting questions and inviting answers and questions from your audience. Sometimes while you are presenting something light, then you are smiling. And while you are presenting something grave, you look grave and serious. While you are presenting a serious thing, if you smile, then your presentation may fail. Or while you are presenting something light, if you look very grave, then your presentation may fail. So just think, your body language should be aligned with the content and context of what you are presenting. Okay, this is called kinesis. Yes. Yes, any question, Mr. Saiful?
No, sir. I understood your language. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So you will find a definition of kinesis here. Kinesis is derived from the word kinesis. I have collected these materials from Google, and you will also find these materials in Google. For your comprehension, I have collected these materials and showing you. I am now showing you. So kinesis means movement. Movement, moving here and there, backward and forward, this way and that way. During presentation, this is kinesis. So kinesics refers to the hands, legs, body, and facial movements. So while you are moving your hands, you are moving your face, you are moving your eyes, you are smiling, sometimes you look very grave, sometimes you look shocked, sometimes you look very hilarious. So all these things related to your expression or to your communication with your audience is known as kinesics. Okay. So I think kinesics is very, very important during presentation. Do you think so? Mr. Saiful Islam, do you think so? While presenting your ideas, you have to move your hands, you have to move your legs, you have to give spatial facial expression. Do you think that all these things are essential for presentation?
Sir, I'm thinking kinesics is when we are presenting something in verbally, where 40% language we present in by our body and hand, eyes, my head, leg, movement. This is
Yes,
a
yes, yes.
very
Yes, your body
important
language. Yes,
part of kinesis is an important part of in our presentation and also in lecture.
yes, yes. Good, very good. So kinesics is the name of our physical movement, our body language. This is the simplest definition of kinesics. And kinesics is considered to be an intelligent way of communication. If you want to communicate effectively, you have to use your body language. Suppose you are speaking and speaking and speaking. Your face doesn't have any spatial or specific expression. Your hands do not move. Your legs do not move. Your eyes do not make any contact with anybody in your audience. Then your presentation may not be intelligible, enjoyable to your audience. So you can make your presentation enjoyable and effective, intelligible also to your audience by using your hands, your legs, your eyes, your facial expressions. And this is the reason for which kinesics is considered to be an intelligent way of communication. And kinesics is also a study. Kinesics is a study. Study of what? It is a study of the way in which certain body movements and gestures serve as a form of non-verbal communication. While you are speaking, this is called verbal communication.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm a presenter. I know about kinesics. I'm want to understand present with my hand some word or some moment or some criteria. Also using my face, head moving, also hand moving, and mouth and face moving. But my audience do not understand my movement. Uh, Sometimes happen. Sometimes maximum time happen this type of problem in presenting time. How we uh, comfortable them.
Okay. Actually, the most important or most essential thing here is that you have to align what you are delivering verbally with your body movement. That is, your body movement must be synchronized with what you speak about. Sometimes we unnecessarily move our hands. Sometimes unnecessarily we give facial expressions. That makes our presentation a failure. So you have to synchronize your body movement with your verbal expression. This is very, very crucial. And you may question, how will you do it? Actually, it's a skill, and you have to develop this skill through practices. You must not feel nervous while you are presenting, number one. If you feel nervous, then your body movement may not be synchronized or aligned with what you are presenting verbally. This is number one. Number two, if you are not confident, sufficiently confident about what you are presenting, then your body movement may not be synchronized with your verbal expression. So I think these two things are essential. Number one, confidence. So the topic which you are presenting in front of your audience should be very competently digested by the presenter. You should have some plannings. You should have some plannings, what you will say, how you will say, and how you will make your presentation comprehensible to your audience. So all these things are included in your plannings. So just make a planning before starting your presentation. And you have to have homework. Just work on the topic that you are going to present. You have to be well prepared about the questions on the topic asked by the people from your audience. So you must know different aspects of the topic that you are going to present. You should have very good homework about the topic that you are going to present. You have to shake off your nervousness, and you must speak with confidence. Then I think your body movement will automatically be synchronized with your verbal expression. I think you have got the point. You must
Thank
not
you.
say, yes, you must not say anything that you don't understand or that you don't know clearly. You must not say anything. You must not be afraid of the questions of your audience. You may not answer to all the questions asked by your audience. You will very politely and humbly say sorry. You may also ask them to answer the questions. Many people of your audience may know the answer. So you may communicate with them very humbly, politely. It is not unnatural that you can't answer all the questions. It is quite natural. Nobody knows everything. We know certain things, but the questions may be out of what we know. So we must not feel nervous. We must not show any symptom of nervousness or weakness. Then I think our body language, our body movement will be synchronized with our verbal expression. So anyway, now you may question, what are the ingredients of kinesics? What things are included in kinesics, or what should we study in our study of kinesics? We have to study the personal appearance at first. Personal appearance is very important. Suppose you are going to present something in a formal environment. So your dress code must suit the formal environment. You cannot put on informal dress in a formal atmosphere, or you cannot put on formal dress in an informal situation. Suppose you have gone to a picnic. So all your friends are there. So you are your audience's friend. So your appearance should be informal because they are very close to you. You are very close to them. So you need not look very serious while you are presenting something in presence of your friends in a picnic party. But suppose you are presenting your annual report in presence of your boss and your colleagues in a formal environment. So your dress must be formal. Your language should be controlled. Your use of words should be economic. You should be frugal in using words. You must not use any unnecessary word or unnecessary term while presenting a report in a formal environment. So if you can have this knowledge of formality and informality, formal situation and informal situation, then I think your body language will be controlled automatically. So this very cognition is essential. The number two, posture. The study of posture. Posture means your expression, different moods, different gestures or movements. So the study of posture is an ingredient of kinesics. Posture. Suppose you are presenting your annual report in presence of your boss and your colleagues. So the movement of your hands, the movement of your legs, the movement of your body should be controlled. Calculating. Control means calculating. You have no chance to behave abnormally there. Your hands, your legs, your facial expressions should be very much calculated. Okay, so posture is important. And then eye contact, the third ingredient of kinesics. Eye contact is essential. You cannot look at a wall and start speaking. So as soon as you are in front of your audience, you should make a very quick decision. So what's your decision? At first, find out a person from your audience who seems to be more interested in you than the other people. I believe all the people in the audience are interested in your presentation. But I think while you are standing in front of your audience, you can identify a single person who seems to be more interested in you than the other people. So try to make eye contact with him or with her. So while you are speaking, just look at him or look at her and start speaking. But very often you have to look at your other audience, other people of your audience. Otherwise, the people may think that you are biased about somebody. So your biasness must be checked. You may have biasness, or you may have some prejudice in presence of your audience. But if you are a good speaker, a good presenter, you must check all these negative qualities. For example, biasness, prejudice, parochialism, bigotry. These are very instinctive qualities of a human being. So you must check all these qualities while you are presenting and while you have decided to make your presentation successful. Then another important thing in kinesics that you have to No, that is called paralinguistics. Paralinguistics. So what is paralinguistics? Paralinguistics. Paralinguistics.
Paralinguistic.
Yes, yes. So paralinguistics means the language which is beyond the formal language. The language that we usually use for communication is good, is enough, is sufficient. But your presentation may be more succulent, more interesting, more acceptable with the use of some signs, SIG and sign, with the use of some sounds that you may produce during presentation. That is called paralinguistics. This language does not include the formal language. It is beyond the formal language. Para means beyond. Okay. For example, you while you are presenting, sometimes you may ask, suddenly you may ask your audience about their impression or about their response, about their reaction. Or sometimes you may tell a story. You may cut a joke. Your story. Suppose you may start your presentation with a joke. Your joke is not your topic, but your joke may help your topic. Okay. If you want to make your presentation entertaining, you may very often tell very short stories during your presentation. But these stories must not surpass your topic, remember. But if you want to make your presentation entertaining, you may adopt these techniques. You may start your presentation with a joke, with an example, or with a story. But your example, your story, your joke must not be the nucleus of your presentation. Those strategies will help your presentation. Okay, these are not included in your presentation. The joke is not your presentation. The story is not your presentation. Or a funny example is not your presentation, but these things may help your presentation. Your presentation may be more enjoyable, more comprehensible, more intelligible to your audience. So these ingredients belong to para language. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So your feedback, I just like to know your feedback. Hello, Masood Rana, welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Sir, I can't sir, adjust to this class within sir due time, sir, because of today's Friday. For that reason, I have to be ready, and now I'm in my school. There I have a chance to.
Okay, I'm really sorry because it's a weekly holiday and you have many other preoccupations. But unfortunately,
yeah, I'm saying want to say something about our class. As usual, if we on campus class, then maybe all person will be present or
obviously
present in campus. For this reason, Gautam sir also observed sir, sir also agreed to take our class in Friday in as usual class time. As usual on campus class time. Due to we have as a all are was busy or will be busy and some our yeah, profession, also family activity, others activity. If you give a decision and advice, who is preferable type?
It is a great chance if our tutor they, give us permission to online class in Friday. It's a great chance for us, uh, and so they have no objection from me, and I'm willingly accept this proposal if our teacher they want to take our class in online. It will be helpful for me, and inshallah, from next time I will join this class due time, inshallah.
Also, I'm agree to discuss with sir, Elham sir, then Afzal sir, also Gautam sir. Gautam sir, I agree, in every Friday class in online, exactly on time as we was present in the campus.
Okay. I'm ready to join this class, inshallah.
But
Uh,
this is bad luck for me. All we 4 person or take a admit in this course, but no one agreed to on time attend in class.
sorry. I'm extremely sorry for this reason.
Okay, I think from the next class it would be okay.
Okay, inshallah, sir.
So, Mr. Masud Rana, thank you very much and welcome once again to our today's class.
Thank you,
Actually,
sir.
today we are discussing kinesics from the presentation skill. Kinesics means body language. I have already discussed some important points with Mr. Saiful Islam, and I will share all these study materials after this class. So don't worry, please. Another thing for our consideration in kinesics that is called proxemics. Just look at this term, proxemics. I have written this term here, proxemics.
Proxemics.
Yes, proxemics. This is a term in kinesics. Okay. So what is proxemics? Actually, proxemics is the study of how people use space or the gap between the presenter and the audience. And this is very important because if you have very good sense of this proxemics, that is the distance between you and your audience, then you can synchronize your voice. You can align your voice with the environment. Suppose you are addressing a houseful audience. Suppose the audience is huge in number and you are addressing this houseful audience. But you are speaking very slowly and your voice is not audible to the people sitting at the back benches or back chairs. Then your presentation will not be successful. It will fail. Or suppose you have a very small audience and you are speaking unnecessarily loudly, then your presentation may be irritating to your audience and it may not serve its purpose. So if you want to make your presentation successful and if you want that it should reach your audience successfully, effective, then you have to measure the distance between you and your audience and then decide how loudly or how slowly you should speak. This is called proxemics. So proxemics is another important ingredient of kinesics. Now, can you say anything about proxemics or how will you explain it? Or do you think that it is essential? Mr. Saiful Islam, proxemics, is it essential for a presenter to know the distance or to measure the distance between him and his audience? Mr. Saiful?
Yes, sir.
please tell me something about proxemics. Suppose
Uh,
you are addressing a huge audience, then you have to speak loudly. But suppose you are addressing a very small audience, you must not speak unnecessarily loudly. Because if you unnecessarily loudly speak, your speech may be irritating to your audience. So proxemics is essential.
yes, sir. I'm thinking here something. Yeah, when my audience, audience is big, here I have 100 more than people. Then when I'm speaking in loudly, then some in near, near audience is feel irritated.
Yes.
Then need to use something, body language or something extra language. So I thinking making a movement space to communicate with them. Also, you need to use some a speaker type, speaker type instrument to properly heading, properly reach my speech with the long distance audience.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Second,
I think the
because I
teachers know
cannot.
it very well, and you also know it very well. Teachers, as Mr. Masud Rana is a teacher, he knows how loudly and how slowly he should speak in presence of his students. Am I right?
So, yes, sir. But I have some problems, sir. Whenever today I'm in my office room, school's office room. So, but my classroom is also as large as because there have 104 students in my classroom. So every classroom has more than 90 student or 95 as usual because it's a town school. But sometimes whenever I give some example of something crying moment or something emotional something, but then it will be okay that if I use high voice or rise voice, but
Actually, while you are addressing 90 students in a single classroom, I think this is not a systematic or scientific class arrangement. This is number one. But in terms of the socio-economic and political reality of our country, I think this is quite natural. Even in Vikarunnisanun school, if you go to this school for visit, it's a very, very prominent school, in Bangladesh. And I have been informed by many reliable people that in a single classroom of Vikarunnisanun school, there are nearly 150 students.
how
So
is possible to concentrate to them?
yeah, so just think, is it possible for a teacher to materialize interaction with every student there in the classroom? No, I think it is not possible. And this is one of the reasons for which our students go to our teachers for private tuition, as they do not understand their lessons in the classroom because of the unhealthy size of their classroom. Anyway, I think we have to be strategically intelligent, and we have to decide how loudly and how slowly we will speak while we are addressing such a huge audience. Okay. And we must know the distance between the teacher and the students, that is the speaker and the audience. While you are giving an example, which is very funny, you have to have in your mind that your story may make the whole class laugh. And it is really difficult to control 90 students in a classroom if they laugh together at a time.
Yes, yes.
You may take time to bring discipline back. You may take time. Hey, keep quiet, please. Hey, keep quiet, please. Hey, keep quiet, please. So You are addressing your students one after another and trying to keep them quiet. This is really a very epic job, a very troublesome job for the teacher.
I know this, sir. Yeah, sometimes maybe taking a tongue, yeah, pressure in tongue. Also, some yeah, happening in headaches.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, your diagnosis is right. Most of the teachers, especially high school teachers and primary teachers, suffer from laryngitis. Laryngitis is a vocal disease, a disease in your vocal cord, laryngitis, because the teachers, while addressing a very big class, are to speak loudly all the time as they take extra pressure while communicating with the students. They suffer from this very common disease. This is a very common disease with our
Sir,
teachers.
I'm
Laryngitis.
want to add something here.
Yes.
When a big volume audience want to control or controlling every time, I observe also study sometimes some professor, my previous supervisor. Yeah, he advised me also. Describe, yeah, when a big audience people control or giving a lecture with them, then vocal uh, yeah vocal disease also some vocal disease headaches, sometimes feeling backbone pain.
Yes.
This type of disease is occurred also suffering from this type of disease.
Yes, yes. These are very common diseases with the teachers. Spondylitis, then headache, nausea, laryngitis, that is husky voice. Your voice is not clear, husky, a sort of uh, a haziness or a kind of indistinction while you are speaking. Your voice is not clear or audible or sweet to your audience. This is a very common disease with the teachers, most of the teachers of our country, laryngitis. So why does this happen? It happens because of the huge number of audience in a single classroom. And it's our reality. Ours is not a rich country. So we cannot divide a single class into 3 or 4 classes to make our teaching effective. Most of our classes are not scientifically designed. So uh, our teaching in the classroom is very often a failure. It fails. So anyway, proxemics, this very term refers to the distance between the speaker and the audience. And we have to think of it while giving presentation. Okay, I think this point is now clear.
Sir, how many quantity audience is suitable for our in a lecture period or in a session?
I personally think not more than 30. Not more than 30. 30 is enough.
Sir,
If it is
I
more
have
than
I was attend also today also attending. Online class is not online class is not hard for me, but one was attend in some training session. What about the 150 people audience?
yes.
150 on the when asked them organizer, they answer me. If I say 30 or 50 people, then our organizing costing is so high. Yeah, our profit is not profit will decrease when our audience is participant is increase and big volume, then our profit is will increase. Yeah, uh,
Yes, actually,
some
this
type answer I hearing from them.
actually this is a corporate behavior. Okay, the corporates want minimum investment, maximum profit. Okay, if it is divided into 4 classes or 4 sessions, it will require more investment, more expenditure, and that may reduce their profit. So they are just maintaining a formality or routine work. This is only a routine work, not more than this, I like to say. Another important thing, you must remember that presentation must not be one-sided. You are speaking and your audience will listen to you only. I think you must not think like this. You have to listen to them also. So while you are presenting in front of 150 people, you should have the preparation to listen to 150 people. So is it possible to listen to all these people in a single session within a limited span of time? Not possible.
That time I realized all person is not listen my presentation is equally. Some person is hearing my presentation is loudly. Some person is low. Some person is very low. Whose person is hearing is very low. He's thinking this type of word is not important for my for our life. This type of language is not very important in our workplace. But when in front of audience, hearing person is thinking every word is important our life. Every word is important for our workplace. Every word, every language is important for our that. But audience, when the big amount of audience, then everything, everyone thinking and every person thinking is not equal. This very some maybe 70% presenter participant is not thinking positive here.
Yes, actually, you must assess the feedback of your audience. And the feedback will give you an indication whether your presentation is successful or not. So I think if you want to make a successful presentation, your audience must be scientifically limited. Scientifically, I have used this term, scientific.
When I'm making a percentage, due to you sometimes ago you advise me 30 people is limit 30 people people audience
Yes.
is a good session. But for this reason I am saying is 70% people is not understand my language and cannot understand my lecture, cannot understand my something.
Yes, many
This is
people
my
may not
observation, sir.
understand. Yes, many people may not understand your language or may not get your message. So if your audience is limited in number, you can talk to them again. Suppose you presented your paper for 30 minutes, and the next 30 minutes you may dedicate to talk to them. And if anybody misses your message, if anybody fails to comprehend you, then during this time, you may make them understand. You may make them get your message. And this is the reason for which we need a limited number of audience. If it is 150, then it is not possible for you to communicate with them individually, one by one. But if it is 30, then I think it's possible to talk to each of them at least for 1 minute. And then I think after this kind of presentation, 100% people will understand or get your message. But if it is 150 or more than 150, then I think a major portion of your audience will not pay sufficient attention to your presentation, and they will not get the message. They will just maintain the formality, the routine work. It's a routine work, so they will have to join and take snacks, enjoy gossiping, and going home back with a vacant or backward head with no message. So audience is very important. The number of audience is very, very important. Now come to the next point, another ingredient of kinesis. This is the last ingredient of kinesics. Chronemics. Chronemics. So what is chronemics? Chronemics refers to the anthropological, cultural, and environmental aspects of our presentation. Anthropological. And it is also very closely related to the time management. Time management. So what is anthropology? Anthrop means human beings. Logy means knowledge. So you are presenting in front of an audience. You have to know your audience's psychology and level of understanding, level of comprehension, level of cognition. Okay. You have to know their cultural background. You have to know their educational background. So your audience should be synchronized. Your audience should be synchronized. Suppose today you are going to conduct a class. So all the participants of your class should have an equal level. If your learners are of different levels, suppose junior officer, senior officer, your boss, and your deputy boss, if all these people sit together in a single session, then your presentation may fail. How will you synchronize your presentation with your boss and at the same time, the MLSS of your office in a single presentation? Is it possible? Quite impossible. If it is a session for MLSS, then okay. If it is a session for the junior officers, then okay. If it is a session for the senior officers, then it's also okay. But if the session is of this heterogeneous audience, then your presentation may fail. So while you are presenting, you should have very clear idea about the level, about the cultural background, educational background, psychological mindset of your audience. Otherwise, your presentation may not be effective. Mr. Saiful Islam, any question?
No, sir. Today I am seriously happy, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm asking at the out of topics a question. Yeah, if we use a Zoom meeting, then the free without registration, how many minutes we will continue our meeting?
Yes, without registration. Actually, I cannot get your question clearly. Would you please repeat?
My free version, how many must duration time? In Zoom.
Your exam?
No, sir. Yes. How many time? Many time conducting or taking a class in Zoom meeting in one session.
Not more than 1 hour. It may be at best 1:30, that is 1 hour and 30 minutes. But if it is 1 hour and 30 minutes, the meeting will fail.
1 hour 30 minutes is possible, sir.
1 hour is good.
Yes, sir.
If you can finish a Zoom meeting within 1 hour, then I think it's a very good meeting and effective meeting.
Yes, sir.
Or suppose you have many agenda and you need some more time, So you may stretch your meeting till 1 hour 30 minutes, not more than that. If it is 1 hour 30 minutes, then your meeting may fail because it will no more be able to sustain the attention of the participants. After 1 hour 30 minutes, usually our attention does not work, especially we are looking at a very shiny screen of our laptop or computer or our mobile phone. So biologically, it is not healthy for us, or it is not possible for us to sustain the same level of attention. So I think a Zoom meeting or online meeting must not be more than, at best, 130 minutes. That is 1 hour and 30 minutes. It may be good, very, very good if it is 1 hour.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So thank you very much. No more today. And
Thank you.
Ajan has already been given. So I think you will prepare yourself for the Jummah prayer. So have a very nice day. And tomorrow at night, that is in the evening at 9 o'clock, are you available tomorrow?
9 o'clock, sir. Okay, sir, we will be available, inshallah.
Okay. Then we will have another class tomorrow
Okay, sir.
at 9
Inshallah.
o'clock, 9 p.m. Okay, not a.m.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
So
sir.
thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Have a very good day. Wa alaikum salam. And goodbye.